how a bowler turned the game around for Mumbai Indians, how a captain made a puzzling call with that very bowler, how a team's longish tail continues to put pressure on their top order, and the one reason why it makes sense that Wankhede Stadium produces such pancake pitches. All this in today's episode of the 23rd Yard Club Cricket Podcast. Mumbai Indians cruised to their third win of the season in the Wooden Spoon Derby. And while that would have greatly improved the owners' mood on a day when their share price also went up 2.5%, it did nothing to change their position on a points table. And it also meant that Lucknow captain Rishabh Pant was left to say that his team needs some good luck to turn things around in the post-match conference. The match itself was on expected lines. A team batted first on a flat Wankhede surface and scored only 228 runs. The team batting second chased it down with 8 balls to spare. And that Mumbai Indians won despite a stunning captaincy call during their time while fielding and against a team known to have one of the best, if not the best, attacks this IPL, speaks volumes about how poor Mr. Goenka's team has been this season. Let's start with what that stunning call was. Now I get it. Captaincy is a tough gig, even more so when you take over the role as a last-minute replacement for the main guy who was withdrawn from the game because of back spasms. And it becomes tougher when your own form has gone down to dumps and your team is all but out of contention for a place in the playoffs. And yet, there are some decisions that often make you wonder, what was the captain thinking? In this case, what was Suryakumar Yadav thinking? Now, Mumbai Indians won the match for sure, but it was puzzling to see Corbin Bosch change the direction of the game in a matter of 1 over and never bowl again in an encounter. Here's what happened. Lucknow Super Giants had got off to the kind of start that they would have been baying for all seasons. Their batsmen have been struggling all seasons. Nicholas Pooran has been struggling, but he found his hitting range. And LSG, after 8 overs, were 123 for 1, batting at 15 runs per over. You know the score predictive tickers that come on the bottom of the screen? They were showing LSG would be scoring 300 plus runs that day in that game if they continued playing at that rate. And Pooran had smashed 8 sixes, got to his 15, a mere 16 balls. His form was back. Bumrah had been taken for 31 runs from his first two. Deepak Chahar had gone for a lot of runs. And even their best bowler for the season, Allah Ghazanfar, had conceded 28 from 2. And Bosch's first over, which was just after the power play, went for 16 runs. Suryakumar Yadav was running out of ideas, and more vitally, he was running out of bowlers. And so, despite those 16 runs that he had conceded, Bosch was handed over the ball for the second successive over, the 9th of the innings. It was this over that broke the back of the LSG batting. Bosch had Pooran gloving one to the keeper down the leg side, almost dismissed Rishabh Pant for a duck, and then dismissed the other set batter, Mitchell Marsh, caught at mid-wicket. From going for 16 on his first over, Bosch had figures of 2 for 20 in 2. And Lucknow, I don't think they actually recovered from it. But Bosch, he never bowled again in the game. Now, it sure didn't seem like he was injured. He was out on the field. But that's probably the only viable explanation for this. Because sure, there was something in it for the slower bowlers. But how does someone who has turned the game on its head, just on the basis of the confidence and momentum that he had with his bowling, not get another over? Will Jacks bowled another over. Deepak Chahar would come back to bowl 2 in the death. And Ghazanfar and Raghu Sharma obviously finished their quota of 4 overs each. But Bosch, who's known for his death overs bowling and has an economy rate of less than 9 in T20 death overs bowling since 2025, the start of 2025, he did not come back to bowl. If anything, Bosch's second over alone, I think, should have earned him the player of the match. But it was a night where neither the captain nor the man of the match adjudicators did what I thought was the most obvious thing. Now, Mumbai Indians got away with this tactical faux pas, I think. And that's because on the other side was a team that had Mohammad Shami walking out to bat at number 8. So at 5 wickets down, LSG was forced to put their shutters down and bat in a manner so alien to this Wankhede pitch that the game turned on its head. Now, as I said earlier, Lucknow were 123 for 1 in 8 overs, batting at over 15 an over with 9 wickets in hand. Of the final 12 overs, they made only 105 at less than 9 an over. And that was down to them losing wickets at regular intervals in that 4-5 over stretch between the 9th and the 13th over. This included the 2 wickets in the Bosch over. Aiden Markram held one end up, but it might have been bizarre to watch LSG score a mere 68 in the final 8, despite ending 5 wickets down after 20. They didn't collapse to get bowled out. But that's what happens when none of your top 7 are renowned bowlers. Well, Markram is probably an exception, and none of your bottom 4 can wield the bat. So when Himmat Singh walked out to bat at number 7 in the 13th over, he and Markram knew that there was nobody behind them to provide them with a cushion if a wicket fell. Caution became their first instinct, and by the time they reached the death overs, the momentum seems to have been sucked out of their batting. Even Chahar, whose overall economy this season was over 12.5 an over, proved to be difficult to hit in the 18th and the 20th over. Markram ended unbeaten on 31 after having walked out to bat in the 9th over, while Himmat Singh scored 40, but he took 31 balls to get there. And Mumbai Indians, who had leaked runs in the first 8 overs, conceded just 22 from the final 3. The one hope that Lucknow had, that their stunning fast bowling riches would bail them out, went up in flames to the silken grace of Rohit Sharma and the brutal form of Ryan Rickelton, who now has the second highest average this season for those who have made at least 300 runs. One other point here about the Wankhede Stadium in T20 cricket. It has continually shown that it's too heavily biased against the bowlers. In recent times, that is. It's a small ground, a blazing outfield, an unforgiving pitch for the bowlers, and that makes it one of the most difficult grounds to defend for the teams batting first. And I'm all for diversity in the way that different grounds play in the country. Like the Kanwa Stadium allows fast bowlers a lot of leeway. Eden Gardens, it starts off as a good batting friendly pitch, but as the tournament goes on, it becomes slower and slower, bringing spinners into it. We've seen how Varun Chakravarti is doing there. Savai Man Singh Stadium has long boundaries, so hitting sixes is slightly more difficult, and running between the wickets enters the equation as well. So all that is lovely. But when a particular ground like Wankhede or even the Chinnaswamy in Bangalore is so batting biased, it makes it for a hitting lottery, I think. Now, the only mitigating reason against changing anything is that at times the ground does encounter dew in the second half of a night game. So difference in the batting conditions, if the pitch is sluggish one first up and then gets easier to bat on if it dews in the second, that difference would be so great that it would be next to impossible to defend it. Instead, playing on a pitch that's as flat as we have seen so far allows the team batting first to post a big score and then gives them that little bit of a chance to defend it, even if it dews later on. So what would you have? A more balanced Wankhede surface in this format for both batters and bowlers? Or probably the first ground where we see 300 getting breached this season? Let me know in the comments. And for more such cricket opinions, please do subscribe to the channel. Till next time, bye.